caught on fire.
Do any of these jars smell outstandingly noticeable?
Oh, I was trying to find a killer segue into that, three
It's
times.
time to pack a bowl.
So for these people, there are 4 canisters, each standing about 22 inches
That's the size
high.
of a wine bottle.
Oh, I like that. Size of a wine bottle. About as thick as not mine. Fuck, thank God too. I don't know. A good pitcher of water that you'd find at a restaurant. It probably can hold that amount.
Yeah, and that's about like a beer pitcher, you know.
There are 4 different types of cannabis that are front here. One is just going by color. First one we have is.
Give it a smell. Give it a look. Enjoy it.
First one is, I'm going to say, a limeish green, dull lime green. It's got some nice darkness on it.
What do you call that, Shatter? Girl Scout.
Girl Scout.
Shatter, you were hitting those Girl Scout cookies.
The names are amazing.
If you get the right phenotype, it smells and tastes like they made Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The second one, much darker. It's got some purple in there. I don't know about purple. It's got heavy crystals, for sure. Oh my God, it smells like $1 million. $1 million? Jesus Christ, man. They're about, the nugs are the size of your thumb, like thickness, I guess you could say, in the second one. Third one is the darkest of the 4. Oh, it's got a way different smell.
Did you say velvety?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a very
velvety.
Smell how much different that is.
Velvety, huh?
You get that? It's much smoother
Smell
than
the difference
it smells. It's a little silky on your nose.
Yeah, it's
not
way
pungent.
different.
It's pungent, but not like.
Is that the
stanky.
cookie? Is that the cookie?
No, the one we're talking about. That's Super Silver Haze crossed with Chem Dog.
So cushions. One of the half that's a cushion.
The haze is that smell that you're getting out of that. It's mostly Super Silver Haze.
Oh man, and this one is pungent on the nostrils. The fourth one, it's the brightest green of the bunch.
Absolutely agree with that.
It has about the same, a little thinner density, I guess I would say, than the last one.
Agree.
Smells completely different. Once again, the rest of them.
You say cheese and cranberries?
Cheese is
There's
what I
cheese in
smell.
there, huh?
Cheese is what I smell.
Cheese and cranberries is what I described that one as. And funk, there's some ugh to it.
So what are they then?
So the one we're talking about that smells like cheese and funk, that grows like a maniac. This is Space Dog from TGA Subcool.
Okay.
TGA Genetics. Shout out Subcool, good work too. It's one of my favorite plants to grow. It's very productive. It smells amazing, and the hash tastes phenomenal from this strain. That's Space Dog. The one that we were saying is silky and smooth. That's Super Silver Haze times Chem. I like it.
That's
like a
so
beast.
good.
It's got I call it a head-ripping sativa high.
That's the one I want to try.
It's like a ninja sword to the head. You're like, I'm high.
You're like the kind like that.
Yeah. And then this one here that you smelled first. Did you say coffee? Did you put some coffee to that? Maybe chocolate a little bit.
You got coffee there?
A little bit of earth to there.
Yes, definitely a little dirt.
Carl's a little indifferent on the cannabis smells he's new with this. That's headband.
That smells some coffee.
That's the Humboldt headband.
Which has gotten me plenty high, plenty of time.
Munchies, bro.
Does it really?
And then the one you were talking about, you said is really heavy on crystals.
Yeah.
That's the Girl Scout cookie.
That's the Girl Scout cookie.
That's the cookie. That's dude, I'm impressed with this plant.
That shit's a
Quite
monster.
impressed. I hate to say this is an amazing plant and live up to the hype, but here that's an amazing plant. The whole thing was phenomenal to work with, grow, got nice and purple, it finished early. Great. So you like the Super Silver can.
That shit, the smell on that shit is amazing. I know that the Girl Scout cookies has gotten me fucking wrecked.
And you can't always smoke the same strain.
No, man, but that shit is potent. What is your preferred type of marijuana to smoke, sir?
Properly grown, flushed, and cured marijuana.
That's a very good way of putting it.
I don't want to have to choose one strain. That's why I grow and breed and do what I do. But grow it properly. Don't spray it with anything funky. Don't feed it anything nasty. you're a grower, you know what I mean. You grow from nasty and shit. Don't spray it. Don't treat it like shit. And then trim it well, manicure it well, and flush it well before you get to that part. Sorry, flush it. Flush your weed plants. Flush your weed. If you're a grower, you should know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, go read a lot about flushing. Flush your plants. It works a lot. And then cure it. Cure it well for me. Don't try to let me smoke it like 3 days after you cut it off the plant. I want it nice and cured and crispy and not crispy, but like.
I didn't know how important that was, the process, the curing.
That's where the flavor comes in. That's where you get that thing. That's how I've got such outstanding flavors, is from a proper cure that takes a little bit of time to learn how to do and achieve. Pull the water and the chlorophyll out of the buds slowly instead of letting them dry out really quickly, because if the water dries out of the plant really quickly, all that chlorophyll and xanthil is stuck in my buds, and I get to taste that. If I let the water come out nice and slowly, I can reach the chlorophyll and xanthil out of the buds while they dry there. Was that enough rant? Will you tax?
I love it, dude. Sorry. Yeah, I was like trying to set up. Yeah, I was like trying to set up the next podcast a little bit.
Cool. You chose that one. You took that.
Goddamn! Not only is this community.
Don't even fucking with that.
Carl's like, don't blow your smoke. Don't let me look at your weed.
I'm sorry. Look at you, man. You look good though.
I'm golden.
Did you just turn into Anthony or Opie?
Yeah.
Watched this thing recently with Russell Brand, who just bought a.
Something about Westboro?
Yeah, well, that was on his show that got canceled. He had Westboro Baptist Church on his show. These are the dudes that fucking show up with signs to military dudes' funerals saying God killed you because America loves fags and shit like that. Russell Brand has these dudes on. Not only is it an amazing interview, Jesus, man, there are some people hating some people in this world. Like, they straight up walked onto a sign onto the show with a sign that said, fag pimp Brand, insinuating that Russell Brand was a fag pimp because, you know, he supported. Well, by the end of the interview, Russell Brand brings on 3 gay gentlemen that basically get to tell this guy, like, hey, we love you, Westboro Baptist Church. We're not trying to, like, fuck with you. And Westboro is like, you're all burning in hell. They said everyone in that audience is probably burning in hell. It was quite the
hell's gonna be packed.
Dude.
Hell is gonna be packed.
A lot of packed. How we doing over there, champ?
Golden, dude.
He's kicking in. Carl's about ready to drop a one-liner. It's gonna
fucking shout out to anyone that owns the Tiger.
So bad that one didn't come out, man. That one fucking. I know it gets like mumbled through a little bit, but that shit is fucking hilarious.
I don't like the taste of that weed that I grew.
What the fuck?
Yeah. That top bud, I think I've had that jar open. It's a little dry. It got a little, put too much fire to it. It got a little hot in my mouth. I did not approve.
No, huh?
No. I grew it, and I'm not gonna want to smoke a lot of that.
This is what it's like. Smoking with a weed connoisseur.
We got the Girl Scout cookies now.
And you know Daddy like you.
This one Daddy like you. I grew this plant mostly for myself.
Yeah. Man, the operation is on the setup that you roll here is
crazy,
intricate. And definitely you can see, if you think growing a plant is easy, it's not. At all. It's like you could fuck it up.
One or two.
There's a good point.
Continue it. Keep it going. Yeah.
I'm pretty horrible at that. At plants.
It's something you can do. I think anybody could learn to do it, but it's something to get to the next level. It's like being a musician. I could teach anyone to go kick, snare, but to go and play a song is totally different.
The last plant I even attempted to fucking
great analogies today.
I got to kick snare. The last plant I tried to grow was an orchid that this broad in New Orleans gave me as a birthday present.
A beautiful woman.
Whatever.
This fucking broad.
I say broad. I've said broad and dame since I was in high school, and I
say bloke.
That's a fucking. I'm going to from now on. I'm like, what's up, bloke?
Hello.
But she gave me a month worth of food. She gave me specific instructions on to follow. I followed these instructions. I bet it. This fucking thing was dead within a week and a half, bro. Like, I'm just no good with plants.
Yeah.
No good with plants.
It's
Yeah.
no. It's a certain personality, a certain mindset to
Yeah.
do that. I think on the level that some people do it.
Do you think?
Finished products.
Do you think that weed's got the power to make Pueblo more of a community instead of polarizing it? Come January 1st?
It's a 50-50 split there because a lot of us supply our life from growing weed. And so I want you to buy your seeds from me. You know, I breed seeds. I need you to buy them from me because I got to eat, bro.
Of course.
At the same time, like, I want to be a community and I want that guy to get to eat too. So I don't want to freaking monopoly everything. I'm compassionate. So try to see both sides. It can do both. And there's that gangster aspect of it too.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
there's the street dealer that doesn't want it to go.
They
that
say
route.
that it's supposed to. Well, hopefully it's supposed to get all of that out. Like when the prohibition ended with alcohol, Al Capone didn't have a life anymore outside of murder and prostitution because, like, the booze was their power. If weed becomes legal like that, does Pueblo's violence slow down?
It kind of slowly has.
Has it?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it kind of slowly has since we're all allowed to grow our own weed.
And when it becomes legal, do you think? Because I mean, the key is basically getting old people to buy into weed. The people that have been
Right, there have been dispensaries at shops for years, and there are still people who are like, I don't want to get a card, I don't want to be on a list, I'm scared to go into a store, and they're always going to show up to that dude's house on the east side, buy their eighth for $60, and it's short, and they're going to leave and be sketched out the entire time. They just haven't caught on to their paranoia because they've been taught it's instilled in their brain.
What about the paranoia from, like, fucking? You've seen Reefer Madness, right?
No.
No.
Yeah.
They're
If you smoke weed, you're going to rape white bitches.
serious. That's what they like. You smoked a joint, and you woke up the next morning with a dead hooker in your trunk.
Fangs and blood on your cock.
Right,
Yeah.
like fucking. There's still people that believe that don't know, like, that hype and, like, if it becomes legal, do you think we're gonna get old?
Get stoned, Wade.
Fuck, I'm down, dude. I ain't scared.
Getting Jeff with Wade.
Getting Jeff with Wade. That's a fucking good Wade. That's a good
I just
Wade.
thought that
Did
was-
you just hear what I
thought you were
said?
pissed off me, so we gotta do it to feel awkward.
There you go. And I said that's a good Wade instead of a good saying. Way to go, Wade.
Yeah,
I'm not already
still got
fucking
Doug
high.
Vincent, so don't let me
Jesus
talk to you.
Christ.
Doug Vincent's
That's not
podcast.
horrible. Oh, at least, hey, way to
What?
give credit, Joe.
Yeah, you know,
Way to give credit.
reveal your source. You know, you're only a true ninja if you reveal your source. I'm not a magician or anything.
Reveal your source.
Yeah.
Like,
Credit.
I'm sorry, I apologize. Yeah, I wasn't trying to entice
Fucking
you.
high as fuck, dude.
Good.
I gave him the dad that you and I would have taken. I
Hey.
wasn't paying attention.
He's cool.
He's good.
He's,
Kinda doing it well.
Yeah, he's not,
You're not Charlie McMullen.
yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah, you guys mentioned that.
Well, that's because Charlie was his first time was very abstract,
You
so
can't
to
get too
speak.
fucked up here, dude. It's backcountry.
Right.
Huh. That ain't no lie. Although you have redefined some definitions of high for me every now and again. Jesus Christ. There's times where it's,
There was a time period when we tried to say medicated. We tried to all lie to ourselves. Like, it's time to medicate.
how do I sound
We
like...
call each other up. You got any medicine?
Got medicine.
Okay. I got some weed.
Dude, how sad am I about that, though? I'm missing out on all the good, like,
Get my glaucoma medicine. That's what I was calling it.
glaucoma. I'm missing out on all the fucking cool-ass jargon, man. One of my favorite things about starting to smoke weed, like in New Orleans, you still got to obey the, like, yo, you owe me $40, right? And that's the term for fucking getting weed. That's how much weed I want is
Okay.
$40. You got that $40 you owe me? And I didn't know that shit when I first started. And I fucked all that shit up. Dude, I fucked up so bad, I had a weed dealer come over to my house with fucking he came over with a hooker. And I'm going to say an ounce of weed and 5 grams of coke in his nose already. And her too. And I'm sitting here wondering, like, going through the text messages in my phone, like, I don't remember ordering 2/3 of this. I ordered 1/3 of this, the weed, and not even that much. But I had to go through that trial and error, and I appreciated that. And in Pueblo, I like
I used to kind of dig going into the movie dealer's house.
Right?
You know?
Oh, I
Right?
used to
You'd be
love
like,
that
oh,
sketchy
right?
feeling. I used to love
dude,
that.
the
I
cloak
mean,
and
I love
dagger
that
of it's
kinda
gone.
dark era. I love area. I love that kind of gray area shit. That's my vibe.
And you're like, shh.
Yeah, dude. When I was younger, I used to live in those shadows.
Oh yeah,
That was-
yeah. The shadows of the bowling alley, bro.
Yeah,
Fucking
dude.
slanging.
Dude, how did that guy that owned that place not know that me and my partner up at the front counter were high as shit half the time, dude?
Because you ran that place better than he did.
Right? He's like, yeah, these are
What am I gonna do? They get hurt. I'm not in trouble.
At least drunk.
Dude, there was a lot of people that went through that. A lot of fucking good people
But
worked
all the
there.
mechanics were fucking wasted.
Dr. Pepper and Captain Morgan and my big couple. I'd be like, I gotta take a break and walk out to my car, and it was parked in the first spot by the door and sit in the driver's seat and smoke bowls and just wave at the customers. And they'd be like, you on your smoke break, bro? I'm like, no shit.
One of the most monumental, like, tear apart I don't want to say earthquake, but like test of friendship between me and Carl happened at that bowling alley. After Carl broke up with this fucking lady of years, we all went out to your bowling alley like we always did on a Thursday night while he was on fucking vacation. One of our boys tried skeezing on her, and I was like, what?
It's an old story, dude.
Listen, I'm getting there. I'm
Don't
getting
fucking
there.
matter, dude.
I know it doesn't. I like it. I like
you are
details.
today.
I like the details.
It led up to
Going
this
on.
very
Keep
complicated
on.
life.
And as an act of intervention in good faith, I kind of got close up to her to get our boy from skeezing on. Eventually taking
Yeah.
said girl,
So your bait ended up being a full play.
apparently.
Oops.
And not only that full play, but betrayal. Because that was Carl's lady of years at that time.
Soon.
Yeah, but it was within a month,
Fucking crazy summer, dude.
and it shouldn't have been done in the first place. But that's part of the growing pains. Fucking your boy over, which I apparently love to do.
I fucking have done. I've kicked this dude in the fucking back while he's down once or twice.
You guys, we all did dumb shit.
Oh, dude, it's a rite of passage a little bit. I guarantee you, girls do it. They're worse.
Oh, dude. I brought a girl home with all this girl. We all. I don't want to say too much story because then
You do what you need to do.
These bitches are all going to be like, wait, that bitch was doing but that's what happened, dude. I brought a girl
Shadow
home.
network of
Like,
Facebook.
We all hung out at the bar, right? I love you, and I'm going to make up names, girl names. I love you, Carol. I love you too, Sarah. I love you, Rebecca. I love you, girl Z. And fucking Wonder Girl and Batgirl, and they're all like loving each other. And I take one girl home, we do our thing, we wake up the next morning, and she starts texting fucking Wonder Girl. Did you see what Batgirl was wearing last night? That bad bitch was talking shit about you. And then text the other one. Like, did you see what Wonder Girl was wearing? And then fucking Catwoman tried to talk shit. And I'm like, wait, I'm in the middle of some girl drama. The worst. Guys will be like, hey, dude, you're a dick sometimes. You talk way too much. Shut the fuck up. Right to each other's faces. Like, and then you'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, bro. I was drunk.
Immediately.
Whatever, I was trying to fuck your
Immediately.
girlfriend. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You're right.
immediately.
You're right. Shit. We'll punch each other, and then tomorrow, or we won't. We'll go play Xbox and dude, get it out of the way, right?
We don't scheme. We talk with our fists.
Save it up for 3 weeks. I'm fine, Wade. I'm fine.
No, I'm bad like that
fine,
too, though.
Wade.
I am bad
No, Wade,
like
I'm
that.
fine.
I'm not passive aggressive.
I'm
I am
fine.
fucking.
I'm not mad at you, Wade.
I don't say that. I'm like, I'm mad at you. I just don't want to fucking talk to
And then
you.
like 7 weeks later at dinner, I'm like, that night when you were playing Xbox, Wade, and you killed me on level 9, I really thought you should have helped me out.
Oh,
Where was teamwork, Wade?
okay. I am guilty of being a bit of a bitch sometimes. Dude, look, I'm an emotional, like, underneath this cold-hearted exterior of man is an emotional fire of, you know. What?
We just got gay with Wade.
Yeah, there it is.
Gay with Wade.
So I mean, like,
Living up to the-
yeah, dude, I'm very emotional. My biggest weakness is containing that emotion. Back when I was a douchebag, I didn't know how to contain that emotion, and I became poisonous quick.
On your douchebag
He was
note.
vicious, man.
Quick.
But I was
survived
such a
that.
fucking asshole.
Yeah,
that
and I appreciate it.
Very.
Very, I do.
Oh man.
It was bad. It was
I
bad.
had a
We
douchebag stage for a
we
while.
kind of
though.
had fun being that brutal to each other there. I think, you know what I mean?
I enjoy it. I still do. I enjoy it now being a comedian. Hopefully, being able to bag on someone and them not like taking it personal. Paul Rosales has proven,
Fuck, man, don't ever fucking tell a joke about me like that, wait.
dude. And Carl knows where to hit me, dude. Carl knows where to hit me to where I just shut the fuck up, and I'm just like this motherfucker right here.
We both know how to hurt each other.
Bad. Oh, I'm sorry. This has been sitting on
Dude,
me
I
for a
take a
minute.
couple puffs on it, put it back. You're cool. I don't expect you to try to play ball with me. Yeah.
Now he's got things to say. I can't
Alright,
play with
ball
him.
with me. Alright.
I can't play with him. I can't.
I know.
NBA basketball starts tomorrow. Go Nuggets. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to break. God damn it, dude. You grow some good shit.
tomorrow?
Sir.
Oh, speaking of the 30th, Wednesday night, Mike, horror edition. Down at the downtown bar.
Like with 2 R's or with a WHORE?
It's both, because it's Halloween.
Halloween.
You know what it is.
Dress up
You
like
know what it
Fortnite,
is.
you
He knows what
know
I'm at.
what
Oh, dude, and I love. What do you do for Halloween through the month of October?
Try to watch 31 horror movies within the month of October.
Hey.
You got me high, motherfucker.
Have you been keeping up? You have been keeping up, yeah.
Does this podcast count?
Right?
Hey, yo, fucking your marathon, dude. Count whatever you want. Fucking, yeah. I think I'm gonna make it again this year. I've only actually done it once before, but this
Really?
is like the 7th year I've tried. Either way, I end up watching a fucking shit ton of horror movies, and so.
You're a fan of the shit horror movies too, aren't you?
The what?
The shit horror, the very, very poor quality.
Oh yeah, I don't discriminate, dude. Like horror movies are, like the good ones come from somewhere. You know what I mean? So, and B cinema is like a huge part of being a film fan, and
That's very
a lot
true.
of great B cinema is fucking horror. A lot of fucking badass shit.
But some of
cheesy
the,
shit.
but he recommends some like, you just sit there and you turn it on, and the first 7 minutes you're like, ugh. You already know what kind of fucking
It's done with the same budget as this
State
podcast.
Fair ride, yeah, State Fair ride you just paid fucking $5 for a ticket for to go around in a half semicircle to have some dude with a cigarette and a fucking rubber claw like just wiggle it in front of your face while the fucking comes over. That's the movie Carl recommends. I apologize for taking that longer than it needed to.
That one might be pretty cool, man. It'd be all avant-garde, student film shit.
He did show me one called Audition that was very
Yeah, that one's fucking.
at his film festival that had fucking psychopath girl
Yeah.
sticking needle into a dude's eye. Oh, that's what she
so
was
awesome.
saying, dude. Yeah, she was
It's
this
a fucking
creepy,
awesome film.
creepy.
I'm weirded out, dude.
It is
Like,
Audition.
I'm speechless by it.
Audition. It's a
A
very
needle in your
good.
eye while she says,
Yeah.
What's your favorite type of movie there, Chad?
cliche stoner movies. I've got ADD, dude. I don't like to watch a movie. Like, no, really, I don't have 2 hours to sit there and absorb a movie. I'll put on stand-up comedy or something. Star Wars, the original 3 Star Wars. I know that's super cliche, but
No, fucking no, dude.
some fucking. I'd rather watch like some old Sam Kinison or some Carlin videos. or shit like that.
this the power of comedy, I guess. Comedy is social commentary. A lot of what has been said is comedians are the social commentators of their generations and of their times. And when a comedian dies, if they were powerful enough, i.e., he brought up Carlin and Kinison, you have an experience with Sam Kinison when you were just a young kid, right?
Yeah, Sam's actually my father. No, I'm just kidding.
Boom!
Sam touched me in a weird way one day when I was cutting up coke lunch. So
I know.
look, I coughed. I rarely cough and smoke it. I was young. I don't remember how young. I had to be 9 or 10 years old. Dude. I don't even remember. But, old enough to absorb. Maybe 12 at the oldest-ish. In that range. I knew who Sam Kinison was because I watched comedy at a friend's house where, you had to kind of you can't watch that at home. You got to go watch Sam Kinison when you're 12. You got to go over to Carl's and watch that shit. So I heard Kinison and he's doing that, oh, fuck you!
Yeah.
And God, this guy is awesome. He pisses off everybody, but they still come back to watch him, and he's famous. I loved it. So I've been watching comedy since I was a little kid and loved it. I'm just not funny enough to do that. I guess, no. But so I remember my mom and our friend Kurt and myself were in Kurt's new Prelude, bro. I remember a lot of details. These new cars hadn't come out yet. Kurt worked for Honda. What's up, Kurt? Miss you, bro. So we're sitting in his car and we're eating food from Pan's Burgers, California, and we're on listening to the radio, and the dude cuts off the song. He didn't even, like, it's something up when the DJ cuts off the song. It's like, sorry to interrupt the song here. He's like, man, I hate to say this, but Sam Kinison was just killed in a car accident. And I don't remember the exact intersection, but it was just a few minutes from where we were. And, like, I could see the guy that, Kurt, he was more of that kind of dude. He's a dude,
Yeah.
Kinison, fuck yeah, he's in his 30s, and he's like, man, I could see it hit him, and my mom was like, no, Kinison died. And Kurt was like, want to go over there? And my mom discouraged it. And I don't know how I felt. I was a young kid. I don't want to see a wreck in a body. But I remember when Kinison died, and that was like the first comedian I remember dying that mattered in my young development of liking comedy.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was at when Kinison died, but I know that Kinison dying was a substantial event.
Kinison taught me how to eat pussy, dude. Alphabetical. Get down there and write the alphabet with your tongue.
And how many people have hacked that motherfucking bit?
Really?
Dude.
When I told that in school in the cafeteria for 10 years.
And I don't mean to say hack, but we all did.
Capital T.
Capital T. All the time, man.
Yeah.
That's how you
come
pussy.
twice before I pull my dick out.
And you've seen a couple comedy shows, right?
I still remember it. I probably haven't seen that video. VHS, bro, it's all grainy and drags it. And make sure the TV's on channel 3.
When Carlin died, I wrote this poem about him, and I read it at this open mic.
Get the fuck out of
Did
here.
I get to see Carlin?
No.
Okay.
I thought.
Okay. Well, we wondered who to see who.
I probably have it in a computer somewhere.
I don't know.
I should look it up.
Our ages line up. Like me catching Joe.
But it was about having a videotape that was all worn out because you just watched it all the time. Yeah.
That one joke, it drags because you've rewound that one joke so many times. And when he puts the posture like this, here comes the fucking punchline. Carlin's got that delivery stance.
Well, he was...
So I just totally interrupted Joe. Sorry.
No, that's good.
He's clinical. Right. He was clinical. Every movement of Carlin's is clinical. He knew every spot on the stage, every person in the crowd. He did not miss a detail. He knew how far away the stool was.
The stool, the bottle of water, that mic stand.
At all times. Yeah. That's how he worked.
From a rant, from full on
master.
Lunatic rage was fully controlled.
And so many people focus today on I just get up there and I freestyle. I'll just get up there and freestyle. I just got up there and I let the words come through me. I'm all for that.
Society is lax, so we accept it.
And for me,
I'm wear a t-shirt on stage now,
I try not to, man. The only time I do it really is at open mics, but that's all I do.
But you look sharp, bro.
I try to. I try.
You make everything.
I try to. I appreciate that. To get back to Carl, apologize.
No, dude, I believe it.
You've seen how many comedians and which ones have stuck out in your mind?
I haven't seen a lot of them. Live. How fucking rather be to see Richard Pryor that. I saw Dave Chappelle recently, and before that I saw John Leguizamo, and he was really good. It was cool because me and Woody used to be big on that in high school.
Huge. Did you ever see John Leguizamo the Freak?
I don't like it.
I can.
No offense to the dude, it's not my style at all.
I got you.
Too drama school-y.
Yeah.
It's
I want comedy. I'm gonna laugh on a chuckle.
They consider that a one-man show. It's a one-man show as opposed to a stand-up set. Very true. And there's a lot of people. Kevin Hart, people say, have found the perfect mixture of both, of comedy and
dick.
Yeah. He's very dramatic. But continues.
I've never heard of that.
And then I saw Adam Sandler. At the perfect time to see Adam Sandler. I think he just released the GOAT album,
That was one of the funniest fucking albums.
Yeah.
It was like bowling and
that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And to this day, the fucking GOAT hit, man.
And there's the one before that, they're all gonna laugh at you. That shit was fucking hilarious.
Freshman in high school.
4'10" up that with an asshole.
Serious, dude.
Happy 7'10".
Is that what time it is?
Yep, you just saw me take a dab at it.
Fuck yeah. For those of you that don't know, 7'10" is the 420 for the Dabberinos.
The Dabberinos. The hash
Dude.
oil.
7:10. Why is that?
If you look at it upside down on the clock, it says oil. And it's a nice point in the evening to take a dab.
Hash oil.
I asked on the...
On January 1, I'm going to walk into one of these motherfucking places. I'm going to buy weed. I'm taking a picture of it. I'm putting it on the fucking social network for my friends down in the South and just say, wish you were here.
You probably have to stand in line.
Even better. Even better.
Did we cut Carl off again on his
No.
thing? Carl was like, on your comedy story, we keep interrupting you because you're high.
That's it. I think it's Adam Sandler.
Wait, what's up with you? What's going on with you? We talk a lot, but we don't talk about weight.
Got moving the open mic to every week, which I'm kind of excited about.
Is that going to burn it out, or is that going to... or people that aren't able to come this week able to come this week?
So
It's going to help.
what I'm trying to do, and I'm hoping it works out, is
Kind of a cool idea.
a different format. So, like tomorrow night is going to be, you get 5 minutes, as an open mic contestant. If you're an open micer, then you got a shot at $50. If you're more than an open micer, then you get like 10 minutes afterwards. So what I'm going to try to do is the following week, it's going to be called maybe like the 2-minute drill or something like that. It's going to be bracket style. Each comic gets 2 minutes against each other. If your 2 minutes is better than the other comic's 2 minutes, you go on to the next round. The other guy.
Who is deciding if these comics are better
The
than
crowd.
each other?
The crowd.
Okay.
But as well.
So all I have to do is bring more of my friends and stand up there and show you my cock and I'll win.
No. As well, the bar.
Okay.
As well, myself. As well, I always pick someone at random in the crowd.
Okay.
That seems to be impartial. And there's a couple of people that are there. Impartial Ted. Fuck no, dude. I'd love that. Have you seen 4 Rooms? Anyway.
Yeah, about 12 years ago, way to be relevant.
Love that. I know. Way to be relevant. Hey, there we go. See, thank you. He's got my back.
I read something the other day, and you bust me on age relevance. But today it's okay because Carl's there and he's old school.
Just because my relevance
like
is
your double
fucking
standard.
cool. My relevance is cool. What are
It's
you
like
talking
hanging
about?
out with the chick.
Oh, emotional chick. Me. I'm the emotional chick. So anyway, if you move on to the next round, you get 2 more minutes. And we do it that way until all the comics are done, which should take up about an hour. And then after that hour, then whoever wants time can have time to try out however much they want. But that one's got no cover charge, no beer, no nothing like that. That one's just straight up bragging rights type of thing. And I don't mean to put it that way because I don't want to create, pit people against each other necessarily.
But fuck that guy, though.
Well, but here's how I want. Here's essentially the goal I'm looking
If you're
for.
that insecure, you should be a comedian.
Well, every place we ever go and do an open mic is fucking comedians basically judging you. So getting a laugh out of comedians is fucking hard. It's hard, but it's cool. I mean, it lets you know if your material's there. But you want a crowd to do it a little. You want a crowd to try your shit out. So if we can get the crowd and the other comedians involved to create an environment of, I don't want to say hostility necessarily, but every place we go, everyone's just either in it or they're quiet. There's no place it's supposed to be like the Squire in Denver is a rough room. You know what I'm saying? People are going to fucking get in it with you a little bit. If you're not on your game, people are going to get there.
They'll talk shit to you.
You know what I'm saying? They'll get in it with
I
you.
think
If I was
that's
a
happened
comedian,
a couple
I would-
times on that show.
But the only time it happened is a comedian interrupted another comedian, and that's kind of taboo.
Is there a comedian that loves to heckle or get heckled? Is there somebody that just goes out there and come on, get me? Is that
There's different ways to it, and I'm learning a couple different ways, and I enjoy
It would
it.
be very limiting, though. Huh?
Well, no, so what I do is open myself up for it. So if you open yourself up for it, people will definitely walk through that door. And I'm trying to be smart enough in my jokes to open up that door enough to let people walk through.
On purpose.
Yes. That way when they walk through it, it doesn't look like I'm attacking them. It just looks like that you fell for the trap. That's
Perfect.
and I feel like that's the intelligence of comedy that gets my dick hard. When that moment happens for me, man, like, it's not the laugh. It's just I got someone to do it.
So who's coming to your open mics? Who's coming? Do I get
Out of the woodwork, people.
Do I get the guys from Springs that are funny?
We get
You got the glasses, the shaved head.
yeah, dude. We get Ben
You know what I'm
Burbeck.
talking about?
Yeah, Ben Burbeck. We get Casey Frace. We get Tim McKenna, Marco Lara, Frankie Palazzo, who hosts a lot.
Marco's funny, dude.
Marco's fucking hilarious, man. But he's in school right now, and he's a fucking Olympic wrestler. So a lot of his time, dude. Right? He's
funny though.
he's hilarious, man.
I like it.
He just doesn't get enough stage time, man. Because when you can tell when Marco's on his game, it's fucking scary. It's scary how good he is.
He's a funny little dude.
So they come down, and then we get people like Ashton Placencia. I can't say this cat's last name ever. Placencia.
Just keep butchering it. Over
Christopher
and over.
Rivera. Clint Stewart, Paul Rosales, who I'm actually going to be interviewing later on tonight. We get people that are evolving quickly, and there's not enough opportunity for all of us to develop. So I think the open mic's going to work on a weekly basis, especially since there's not going to be a cover charge.
And if you do it two different kinds of ways,
Yeah,
you'll
it
discover
keeps it.
who wants which way.
Well, and it's
more.
going to start weeding out some bullshit too. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, thank you.
That's what I said over here, sister.
It's going to start.
Welcome back to the table.
You should have been munching on that granola an hour ago.
Dude, that stuff is delicious. Shout out to Vitamin Cottage.
Yeah,
Life-saving
fucking
granola right
vitamin paycheck is what it is,
Hey,
bro.
cancer's way more
Jesus.
expensive than good groceries. Cancer is way more expensive than good groceries. Take care of yourself now. You don't have to. I know I got cookies underneath that, but still, you gotta balance it.
Huh, you gotta balance it
the
all out.
options: some sugar and some granola.
And honestly, the granola is fucking.
Better than the cookie.
It's more bomb. Or it's
It's more.
It's
It's
bomber.
bomb. It's bomber. It's the bomber.
bomb.
Shit, bomb, dog. Real crystally.
Yeah, the comedy scene, man. Oh, also, I got follow me at Wade in the Toilet on Twitter. Follow me at Wade in the Toilet on Tumblr, and give me a good like. Wade Ridley on Facebook.
Thumb in your butt.
Give me a friends. Friends. I try to do. If you ever think you wanted to get some shit out on a podcast and like to get it out, private message me on any one of these, please, and we can get something out. Anybody got anything they want to talk about now? We all good? I'm over the hour. I mean, I'm good.
I'm not worried about time at all. If you want to wrap it.
Okay, I'm cool,
I
man.
don't have a topic. But
Yeah, no, yeah, okay. I'm just making sure. Yeah, I'll just keep it fucking recording. Then anyway, how's Carl doing?
Fucking babu.
What you gonna be doing?
Going to New York on Halloween. Sweet.
What are you doing in New York?
I'm going to see a friend of ours named Kristen Hoffman, who's finishing her fucking master's degree or some shit. And
Just some shit, maybe a master.
It's at the.
it's well learned. This girl, listen to me. This girl
It's at the new
was
school.
in drama in high school, right? And
think I
decided
like that
in
name.
high
Sounds really
school
familiar.
she was gonna do this. She fucking went straight to Greeley, fucking entered their program, finished up, bounced to New York, and just threw herself in. You know, had her own little production deal for a minute there, and now she's finishing up this master's, I think, with this final play.
Yeah, it's called Red Light Winter. It's an interesting story.
Listen, if Kristen Hoffman directed it, I fucking cannot wait to see it.
Absolutely, I agree with
I
you.
love her taste in films, and I mean we're movie nerds together, and she's been doing this shit for a hot minute, so it should be dope. So
How long are you gonna be there?
tell the fourth.
You got anything exciting planned?
Matt
Outside of-
Kochak lives out there, so we're gonna try to get a hold of Matt Kochak.
Man, I haven't heard that name in years. I used to
You know Matt
Fucking
Kochak?
DJs,
Yeah, dude.
Fuck
DJs
yeah.
at, a certain
Did
night.
you have a younger brother named Nick? Is it Nick and Matt? One of them's a fish kid. One of them
Matt.
That's-
Yeah, that's Matt Kochak.
He's a fish kid. We used to talk about fish all the
Oh,
time.
He's
yeah.
a fucking champion, I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
That fucking
Because all we
guy.
had in common was the fish, and we smoked weed. We hang out and talk about fish.
He,
Smart whippersnapper. One of my
so
favorites.
he was fucking, man, this fucking kid. I love hearing about people from Pueblo succeed.
coming up.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's like a lotus, bro.
It is, hey, there you go.
It rose from the beans, dude.
Hey, man, that's
Not
a
a racial
fucking,
joke.
not at all, man. That's a
Beans and chilies,
fucking
bro.
straight up, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a
Beans and
great
chilies.
reference, man. That's a
Yeah.
great visual, too. This kid fucking come up out of Pueblo, where at the time, the state was very red and Christian, and he loved music, man. And his whole family around him was just kind of like, you should be doing something a little bit more with your life other than music. And he went on to school in Boulder and worked at the Fox.
I think he just got a job at the Fox, and he was really good at
Correct.
it.
Yeah, it was a mixing. Well, it started out as like
And they
a,
told him, like, why don't you say fuck off to school
Yeah.
and go to school for sound and get a degree in it?
yeah. So he went to San Francisco and did that.
That's a cool industry to be in.
And then his job recently was to find new talent and circuit them across country or go to Europe with fucking some badass band and do their sound.
For a while, he just
For over a
working
decade, that's what he was
because
doing.
he's a dope engineer.
Now he lives
wanted it.
in New York City.
Yeah.
He
There's
does
a band with his hot girlfriend.
called Starred, which is this. It's what Courtney Love really tried to be. Like if Courtney Love could have been successful at what she did, it would have been Starred. Like if she really gave a shit about Kurt Cobain and felt like real hatred, love, and like torturing pain.
Matt Kochak's a crazy motherfucker.
He is, dude, and it's some of that type of fucking music, man. And he does guitar for this fucking band, and when he's not doing that, he's fucking mixing at some club on an industry night on Thursday nights in New York.
I think he'll be doing that in the North. Because
Really?
some people say it's fucking, crazy and scary, and some people are like, oh, fucking hell, it's like the capital of Mexico. How can they? It's great, dude. You just gotta mind your P's and Q's.
Wade took me to Mexico one time.
I actually lived in Mexico for a little while. It was a very short while, but we built an orphanage for girls under the age of 14. It was a church mission that I went on when I was like 16 or 17.
They should not have allowed you to walk that mission.
First of all, it started out with
They're just a net.
I had to cut my hair because it was almost down to my shoulders a little bit. Because guys with that long a hair in old Mexico are considered prostitutes. So they didn't want that vibe. We take this church van from Colorado down through Juarez, which is a fucking filthy goddamn place, dude. Juarez is a dirty place, man. Fuck, dude, it is, man. It is fucking dirty. We end up having to meet up with some dude because since we're a Christian church, we're not welcomed in a lot of places because they are heavy Catholic oriented there. So if you are against Catholic in old Mexico, then you got some issues with a lot of people. So being Christian there, they had some serious issues. They found, i.e., there's a Christian preacher there, like a Che Guevara type of a preacher for Christianity and not Catholicism. They kidnapped this cat's son, and they covered him in pig slop. Because in Mexico, you don't eat the dogs eat you. Because there's just wild dogs that travel in packs in old Mexico. They ate out this kid's shoulder, boom, from his neck all the way down, the wild dogs did. And they found this kid just barely alive and were able to save him. This kid ain't got nothing here. Because the dogs ate him.
This is when you were
16, 17 years old. This didn't happen while we were doing this. This happened to this kid because of Christianity. I'm just trying to set the scene a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So when we get there, we are in Chihuahua. I'm on the outskirts of Chihuahua, living in Chihuahua. Which the outskirts, there was no roof on the place where we slept until we basically put one on there. the way we got there was through the tunnel canal systems, bribing with food and money along the way with this fucking Christian guide, because we have to avoid getting pulled over, because we have so many clothes and everything for all these orphans down there that if we get caught by the police, then they're going to ask for money, and they could take everything, and then just send us on our way, which would really suck. We get there, we spend our time building this roof in this orphanage, get to know some people down there, like go to this place called a Hypermart, which is like a Walmart super center times 12. And everything there looks so expensive because it's in pesos, and it's like 40 million pesos for this fucking TV, and you're like, whoa, seems expensive. But I'm just walking through there, and two girls just came up and started kissing me. And thankfully I spoke Spanish at the time, thanks to Mr. Lefebvre, that fucking cocksucker. Me and him have some issues.
Sounds like
Yeah. But because of what he taught me, I was able to have a lot of fun in Mexico. They kissed me because I was the first American they'd ever seen. And they didn't think they'd ever seen an American ever. So they just came up and just started kissing me to make sure I was real. No lie.
Well, were you?
Well,
I
were
was
you?
about to ask, were you real? Quicker. I'm higher.
We went to a little carnival where, like, it was like the ghettoest state fair you've ever seen, and it was the size of this house.
I've been to the state fair here.
It was, but yeah, right. We got some examples of ghetto, huh?
Park rides too.
Huh. They had some dangerous rides and shit. We had to splice our water to the city line because no one could pay for water, and you just see like 40 different lines running out to the city's main water where it's spliced all over the place.
Yeah.
Then you see where the city comes along once a week and just cuts it off. And then the people just go right out the next day and splice it right back together to get water into their place. You could tell if there's immigrants from Mexico anywhere because the toilet paper is in the trash can. Because they don't have a good sewage system in Mexico, and you have to throw your toilet paper away. You can't flush it down the toilet. So if you ever see toilet paper in a trash can, someone's new to America. I'm serious. It's so like in the Walmart in El Paso, which is just a stone's throw from Juarez, you're taking a dump and you're just looking in the trash can at just a pile of fucking used fucking bath tissue with shit all over it. You're like, what the fuck?
Remember we're talking about places I don't want to go? That bathroom where you shit. Skipping it. I'm not eating the enchiladas at the border.
But there were also some amazingly beautiful places that we went. We went to this natural waterfall, natural water slide and pool that had been untouched basically by any type of pollution or anything around it. There was no it was just this hideaway little place, and we stayed there for an entire day. I attempted to play soccer with 4-year-olds where they schooled me because I don't play soccer, and they're fucking awesome at it. It was definitely a learning time, man. One of the coolest things I saw is a Volkswagen. Everyone has a Volkswagen down there. Was being driven, broke down. And when it broke down, you see one guy get out to push start it, and you see just 20 people in the neighborhood come out and all push start the car and get it going. As soon as it's going, they all just leave and go back inside. It was a pretty eye-opening experience.
Community.
There you go. That right there. I try to help it nowadays. I'm just like, hope you're all right, pal. Yo, OnStar, I think there's some dude broke down, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I wouldn't send a cop because he might shoot the cop.
Oh.
Can't tell if they're robbing a house right there or if they're just broke down.
Sometimes I just pull over and go, you got a phone? You know, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I've never thought of that. I've been hung out to dry a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Some by choice. I walked across the entire city of Las Vegas one night in a drunken madness at John Monero. I was like, fucking can't be around John Monero right now. I gotta leave. and his apartment was behind the Luxor, and my apartment was 30 miles away. Walked the entire, took me 8.5 hours.
Statistically, you should have gotten beaten up like 7.4 times.
I saw the second most sombering thing, or the first most sombering thing that night. It was fucking, fuck, dude. It was depressing, Jeff.
Vegas, dude, it's depressing.
I had to take a
Why
piss.
it's so decorated.
I had to take this fucking, I was like, all right, take this piss. And I see a shuffle, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I look down, and it's a phone. I'm like, oh, I'm pissing on the phone. I was like, my fucking bad, because it was a semi-trailer, and there was a wheel there, and I'm just pissing on the wheel, but he's sleeping behind the wheel, and I'm just pissing on him.
Yeah.
No! It was
Maybe.
So, like,
Indifferent.
I was like, whoa, I'm sorry, I didn't realize this was your establishment. I'll take off. As I come around the semi-trailer, that's when you see Tent City.
Yeah.
And Tent City is where all the bums of Las Vegas live, because they say we will fucking throw you in jail in general population if you come anywhere near the strip.
Yeah, the parts where we make money. We
Yeah,
stay far
if
away.
you fucking ask one person for a dime, like, we will fucking fuck your shit up. But you can have this 1 square mile area to set up your own little place.
You know, little bullshit.
And I walked.
It looked like a fish tour.
Yeah, it probably did look like a fish tour. That's a pretty good analogy, motherfucker, because it was just homes and shackles, man, and just people just sleeping everywhere, and you just walk by it, and you look right, and you
The
see.
place you were staying in Louisiana, I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh, it's okay.
That shit was wild.
It was.
It was so comfortable. I felt so safe, and so did Angie. You know, she's like, "Oh, that was cool." I was like, "Cause it's weight. He's got me. He's not gonna leave him harm's way." But I was like, "Man, I don't know. He's lived in some shitty apartments in Pueblo."
That place was
partied with him
the
in-
shit house.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was all right though, but you had to walk past 2 or 3 busted out like apartments around the side to get to it, and it felt really fucking ghetto.
So here you go. 2 blocks away, they just tore down what was known as the I want to say Magnolia. The Magnolia projects, which were for 7 years straight the most dangerous neighborhood in America, until Katrina destroyed them. Like,
Who?
Katrina hurt. Yeah, right. Who's Katrina?
She's crazy.
Destroyed them. That was 2 blocks away. It was a place where cabs didn't drop you off. I found that out. Like the first month I lived there.
We got a cab though.
I know, because it was Mardi Gras.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only reason why.
Shiny, pasty white.
Across the street was an abandoned halfway house.
We
that
had a
was.
foreigner with us too. So
Oh, dude, that night was fun too. It was a halfway house that was abandoned that a lot of bums lived in. And you don't go on that way on the street. You don't go that way, because if you go that way, that's where the bad happens. Right next to the bad. Like you see the hooker on the corner, which
Bums get pissed on.
not there. Bums will straight up jack you. Bums will stab you, which happened to a manager in a restaurant I worked in right in front of me.
does that negative zone still work though? You can still walk up and down that. Didn't you say there's that strip?
Neutral zone. The neutral zone. So the neutral zone is what we call medians. But there it's called the neutral zone, because the gang violence used to be so bad there that they needed a neutral zone to meet them. So that median became the neutral zone. You don't fuck with anyone in the neutral zone. And it's still kind of held
So
to.
people can walk through it safe, huh?
Well, they still, well,
Blocks or whatever.
at your own risk, because there's a lot of people who don't give a fuck. Right next to this fucking abandoned halfway house was the Sandpiper bar, which I woke up one morning Thought I saw my brother, but it was John Goodman standing outside my house. And he's crossing the street to go meet up who I was looking at, and I was shocked because it was James Gandolfini,
Rest in peace.
Ray Liotta, thank you, yeah, rest in peace, Ray Liotta, and Brad Pitt, and they're filming a movie in there.
I saw that movie. It's good.
Very good. It was crazy. I couldn't go in this bar ever because I was smoking cigarettes at the time, so I'd always try to go across the street and buy cigarettes. They wouldn't allow me in there because I wasn't 35. The real reason, though, is I couldn't go in because I wasn't black. I was the only white boy that lived in an all-black neighborhood, and the only reason why I was cool is because I took care of all the kids in the neighborhood. All the kids. Like, for Halloween, I took all the kids down to the Walgreens and just told them, buy whatever the fuck you want, and we'll bounce. The two kids that lived in front of me, if they did good, like I got them Xbox games, shit like that. It was fucking... That's the only reason why I didn't get fucked with all the time. I had two white roommates that nearly got jacked every time. My house got robbed 3 times within 2 months. And the first time it got robbed was on Mardi Gras Day. I went to Mardi because they knew you were gone. Yeah. So, like, I go to my first Mardi Gras. I'm drunk as fuck off of mimosas at 9 a.m. I'm so drunk by 11 a.m. that I gotta take a fucking nappy poo. You know, so I go home and my apartment's been jacked. And I just sit there like, motherfucker. Go to work the next day, come home, it got jacked again. Yeah, they set it all out. They set it all out. Yeah.
Couldn't carry it all the first time.
Yeah. And then a month later, it got jacked again. I ended up getting free rent for 3 months because of that. Well, technically for the rest of my duration, because the dude let the house go into foreclosure and didn't tell us about it. So I was technically squatting for 3 years.
I did that for a while now.
And in New Orleans, the only way that they condemn a house is if the water gets turned off. So all I had to do was make sure the water stayed on. The problem was, though, there was a person that lived above me and a person that lived in front of me. She had 4 children. He, upstairs, was mentally, no lie, a mental felon. He was he'd been in jail for a mental crime, like he was mentally slow. They found him a place to live, which happened to be above me. And he had every crackhead, no lie, coming in and out of that motherfucker awesome. Nightly. There was one night I was so scared because I didn't know if they were murdering a motherfucker up there. It ended up being the street hooker who was on the fucking side. And they all got fucking cranked out and had a fuck fest for goddamn 7.5 hours above my head. Above my head. These are the people that ended up robbing me, and the only reason I found out they ended up robbing me is because when I came home one day, they were wearing my clothes.
Yes.
Yo, what's up?
And I was like, 911. I found the people that robbed me. Yes, it was the same people who had the syringe outside of my fucking apartment earlier that I showed you. Thank you for coming. 7.5 hours later. The police here are gold, bro. Go deal with cops in fucking New Orleans. Holy shit. Anyway, I had to walk to a streetcar that was fucking 4 blocks away, 5 blocks away to get to work. Because public transportation is awesome, and I didn't have a car for 3 years. I had a Harley and a scooter. That were very awesome. But the walk to work, you passed the post office, which was creepy enough. You then passed a car wash, and when you pass the car wash, that's when the lights start to flicker a little bit and go out. And that's when the hood really starts. You pass a mortuary, which in a fucking New Orleans summer doesn't hold well. Yummy. So it smells like death on the block. Yeah. Because right next door to it is a bodegas that is owned by Iranians that have a locked door that hustles cigarettes and shit to all the brothers and booze all night long, bro. My very first night there, I got basically a police escort by it because they wanted to make sure I wasn't there to buy drugs. And if I wasn't there to buy drugs, they wanted to make sure I got by there safe. You pass there, all the lights go dark again, bro. and you hear cockroaches coming out of nowhere. You finally get to the lights of a fucking Rally's, and a Rally's is like a fast food joint there,
Yeah.
which is surrounded by all of the crackheads of the neighborhood, because the Rally's is you could walk up to the window
Your neighbor upstairs there?
all the time. But my boy at this rally, his name was
fucking
D-Man.
cook out.
He was a black guy, this like 56-year-old black guy bum. That I would buy him every time, dude. This Rally's would take you a half hour to buy shit. And this dude would just fucking rap with you. He was all fucked up. He'd get all, and he'd just be like, "Hey man, come here, man," and he just rapped you his story. And by the end of it, he'd be like, "It's all about love. I'm D-Man, and I'm all about love." So this Rally's was cool, and the only reason I was cool is because this D-Man would make sure that the other crackheads would leave me the fuck alone. When you get to the next block, you finally get to Walgreens, where the white people are and the streetcar is, dude, and then you're safe because you are You're on.
Only because D-Man's looking out.
Not at the Walgreens. You're cool because that's like a tourist little. That's where the streetcar is.
Yeah.
Not to say you don't get jacked on the streetcar. That hood was fucking
Hood,
dude, and that's Jesus Christ, man.
This is kind of funny. The first time I was in Texas was for Chris Main's wedding.
Yeah.
In Waco, and I just rode out with friends of hers who said they wouldn't mind giving me a ride. And we got there kind of late at night, like 11 or something. And the car was breaking down, so we just pulled off the highway and we're just hanging out in this neighborhood. And this is the first time I saw a marsupial, like in America, a possum.
Oh, an opossum.
Freaked me out, dude. I was like, whoa. This is America, man. What the fuck?
ugly little
Where do those
They
come
are,
from,
dude.
dude?
nasty. Yeah.
But then, like, so we call and get a hold of Chris May and her posse, and they're like, "Where are you?" And we just go, and we tell them the cross streets. And we're like, "Oh, holy shit! Okay, we'll be right there."
Ooh.
And we're like, "Oh, that's weird."
Oh, that's
And
odd.
we got the trunk with the hood propped open. And, Jeff Jaganich is trying to like make this car work again, and all these people keep coming out to the door going, "Are you guys all right?" And we're like, yeah, we just broke down off the highway. We got friends coming to get us. And they're like, "Oh, okay, just checking." And then like the next one across the street would do it, like pretty soon 3 or 4 of them like done this. And I was like, "This is the friendliest. This is so friendly." And I go, "Wait a minute, all of those people were black. Oh shit, that's why the girls are afraid, because they're all black."
Oh man, yeah.
That's a fucking lame stereotype, but Waco's can be kind of fucking crazy, I think.
You experience racism ever, really?
I totally broke down Summer Tour 2001, dude, on Widespread Panic Tour. Me and my buddy Rob the Dude, we're both about as white as white people get. Dude, I didn't have the dreads yet, but I had long hair down the middle of my back, and I was wearing a fish visor and a Widespread Panic t-shirt.
Classic. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, looking like we're on tour, bro. We're having fun. I'm in sandals and shorts. Probably have a t-shirt on at the time, We broke down at a Taco Bell in East St. Louis at sunset.
Oh,
Yeah, dude, the look on your face makes me think you've been somewhere near East St. Louis.
No, I know people like.
Yeah, we were the
Very
only
violent.
white people for probably, if we would have called the cops, they probably would have laughed at us. We got food at Taco Bell, we drove through, parked to eat, and went to go back out, and the car went, "Blah, blah, blah." And the guy from the Taco Bell came out, and he's like, "You guys gotta go, man." We're like, they were closing,
Yeah.
you guys can't park here. Like, we're broke down. He goes, "Dude, you guys gotta get out of here." And so as soon as that Taco Bell closed, the cars that had driven by it once started coming by 3 and 4 times, and dude, it was you can hear the music for like 7 blocks away. You're like, "Oh, here they come again." Shit. Like, yeah, we barely got that car fixed, I think, before our time ran out. And it was definitely, I understand how the wrong race feels when they are not welcome.
It's not. I call it. You find out you're not racist. You find out you're racial at this point in time, because like it's your defenses. Yeah, well, your defenses go up naturally, because you're in a foreign place.
Yep.
I mean, this is common for we dismiss the fact that we naturally every day have to judge everyone we see as a part of our survival technique.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it is when stereotypes start to play in where you find out your racial, like when I lived in that hood, yeah, this dude that looks like he's going to stab me just because he happens to be black, more than likely is going to stab me. Like that's a look. That's if you were white, brown, anything.
A crazy white person.
Absolutely.
That motherfucker's about to stab
But you find out you're racial because you have to support that stereotype to live. Does that make sense? I hope I'm explaining it right.
I feel if, even though I were an outsider in the situation, I wasn't from there. It was obvious I wasn't from there. I did not fit in any way, shape, or form.
That's a very good way.
I was in obviously a ghetto. Like it was not. I'm not even. That was a ghetto.
Yeah.
That was a hood, and there was no reason for my white yuppie ass to be there. And I experienced probably what if those people came to El Camino and tried to shop at the Walmart on the south side.
Oh, yeah.
And they'd get looked at, who are these crazy black people?
Absolutely.
We were getting looked at like, who are these stupid white people?
Who are these stupid white people?
We were not wanted there. We stood out. It was made known that, like, you white boys better get the fuck out of here.
Oh.
Like, it was kind of, I experienced that.
That's
hardcore, dude.
Yeah, I got...
It was obvious I'm not from there. I stood out like a sore thumb. And, it was...
I know that feeling all too well, man. It is.
Yeah,
when
the only reason I stood out.
Have you ever been racially insulted?
I'm a white guy with dreadlocks.
So
I piss off
you've been stereotyped.
All at one time.
You've been stereotyped.
Yeah, like I can piss off the entire room.
That's a good way of putting it.
The black Rastas, I can't even. Some of the black Rastas, the Jamaican black Rastas, find me offensive because I'm a bumble-clad American. I'm fucking spoiled. I got cable. I got shoes. I got everything. They're hot in Jamaica. Your hot water heater is a big black barrel on your roof, and it catches sun. And then you got like a rubber hose that comes inside your house and hangs from the ceiling with a hose clamp on it to stop and let the water go. And that's your idea of hot water. So we're fucking spoiled. And I call myself a dreadlock Rasta here in America, and I'm not suffering. I don't suffer. I don't want for anything. Yeah. If I want something, I drive to a drive-through window and push a button, and they bring it to me. Not that I support that.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so you have luxury.
I pissed them off a little bit, and I understand why. And then, like, black people that aren't dreadlocked look at me like I'm a poser too. And so if I go to jail, like, if I can't hang out with the white people, I can hang out with the black people. And,
cut that fucking hair is what you get. Nope.
The dreadlocks forever. That's part of what
if I walked the opposite way, not towards the streetcar, if you went deeper into the hood, and that's where you would see a bounce party, which yes, that's exactly and it's a bounce party of any from 14-year-old girls, 13-year-old to 40-year-old women.
Is that where the tort came from?
That's what those no. This is remember the booty shake, like booty clapping?
Yeah.
This is where the booty clapping, if they call it twerking, it is called bounce. It's called NOLA bounce is what it's called. This is where Lil Wayne brought it basically to the spotlight a little bit. But he doesn't really rap like that anymore.
You gotta hear Big Frida.
Big Frida. Fuck yeah, Big Frida, dude. That's great.
They call that sissy bounce.
Yeah. Funny? So like they get fucking they get like 20, 30 girls that just sit and block traffic and just fucking play Big Frida and bounce their asses in the middle of traffic. And there'll be 40 of them taking up the entire, all the way up to the neutral ground. And this is common because in New Orleans, there's so many goddamn parades every goddamn day that traffic being blocked isn't new. So when you walk and not being black and you walk through that fucking bounce party, bro, holy shit. Half of them hit on you, half of them are fucking like, get the fuck out of here. Then you have to walk by another bar that I don't even remember the name of, dude, because that one was like, get the fuck away from me. Like this one, we just walked by and this guy is like, he thought we were going to walk in. He's like, get your fucking IDs out and get away. Like he was just like, we were like, we're not trying to come in. He's like, my B, yo. That's all it was. Then you walk to the next corner where on this next corner, a car wreck occurred. And in this car wreck, it was a one car wreck into the building because this guy was smashing one dude that was walking into the building to kill him.
Auto style.
Well, it was drug related. It was kingpin related. So this guy that committed this, the guy that was walking, was like a snitch, basically. Killed the snitch right there, took the car out, and then had a little murder rampage with the police and actually escaped the police for several weeks. And then I think I got arrested like 2 months later. That was the next corner. That was on that block. When you walk that way, that was the bad
You
part.
walked us around a few places.
I tried to drive everyone around as much as I knew, which was only like 20% of New Orleans.
I guess we didn't ever really go the other way, though.
No,
We always walked.
that was the bad thing.
The bad way.
Yeah, you don't take people the bad way.
There's parts where I'm from where you just don't go to.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and that way was like, you could take that way to get to the interstate and have fun, but like, you don't want to take Andy's BMW through that fucking neighborhood, dude. I would ride my bike through that neighborhood. I made the mistake of doing it at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was specifically told if I was seen riding my bike through there again, that they would just push me off and take my bike.
I love it, dude. Oh man.
Straight up, they're like, it's a nice bike. That bike ended up getting stolen anyway.
Oh yeah.
Piece by piece, 1 block away from fucking Bourbon Street because I got a flat tire and I had to lock it up. Went back the next morning and like the brakes and gears and everything had been stripped from it. Within a week, it's just the frame.
How long did you leave it after?
Well, once
Yeah,
the brakes
like,
and gears were
donation.
stripped, I was like, ain't mine no more. But it was,
You got a wrench that fits. You can have
yeah,
the parts.
it was fucking,
Yeah.
what was going on?
Dude, checking on time. How you doing over there? You want me to keep rambling, or are you done?
No, I think we're good, man.
We'll talk about where I'm from next time.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'd love to.
I'm from, Bone Madrid. I'm from Bellflower, California, dude. Like, corner of Compton Boulevard and Bellflower Boulevard. Yeah, bro. So you want to talk about some crazy neighborhood you should not fuck with?
Go ahead, man. I don't give
I'll
a
save
shit.
that for another podcast.
Oh,
bro.
okay. No problem.
We've done on
Next
for a while,
week,
I feel like.
I don't want to say with a cliffhanger, we learn about Compton. For all you fucking crazy
No,
white
here's
people.
my story about Compton. I did not fucking go there. I stayed the fuck out of there. You know, I remember one time though, this guy pulled up on my block and he's like, "Hey, can you help me get to this place?" Because like that's probably the only where I lived, dude. I was the only white person for like 5 mile radius and shit. He was like probably saw me and like, "You speak English and shit. Can you help me get to this place?" And I didn't remember exactly how to get there. So like, go through this corner and take a left and go until the sign turns blue. And then when you see the sign turn blue, you're gonna want to take a right at this area. And my buddy that was with me goes, "You know, you just send him right to fucking Watts, right?" And I was like, "Whoa, man, it's so funny." Let's put this guy right in the middle of Watts. But that's how close I was to like that ghetto shit during the time where NWA was popular.
Oh, man.
Easy, straight out of Compton, everybody's wearing a Raider hat, thugging and punching the white boy in the face. That's where I'm from, dude. Yeah, yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah. Next week. Fuck yeah. I'm gonna fucking end that there.